The House and Senate are reportedly about to reach an agreement on a small business stimulus package. But last night, you know whose campaign launched an attack ad blaming the one person in particular for holding things up. Take a look.
They asked for $250 billion in 48 hours. I said, well, I don't think so. They objected, and I congratulate the Senate Democrats.
Speaker Pelosi, what are you going to share with us from your home?
Chocolate candy.
This specific program is about stopping job losses today.
This is hurting people bad.
Other people in our family go for some other flavors, but
right now it's survival mode.
So I want to point out that the ice cream she's talking about actually comes from a small business. I know that because I send this ice cream out to people. And she is one of the people that is fighting to make sure that small businesses are able to get the testing they need and the stuff that they need. So, Joy, you kind of feel like she's being scapegoated here?
Of course. But I love that you just said that that's a small business. That's perfect. You know, the Democrats are, in fact, fighting for more funding for hospitals, and, as well as relief for small businesses, for minorities and veterans. Okay, that's what the Democrats are fighting for. So this is just another distraction. You know, okay, it doesn't look good, maybe. I mean, she's got an expensive refrigerator. Let's go to Trump Tower and see what kind of refrigerator he has, you know? But yesterday, Trump, I don't know if you saw this, yesterday, he's bragging about how much people love him. In the middle of death and dying, this narcissist is talking about how beloved he is. You know, so when it comes to optics, Nancy's got nothing on Donald. And may I just, a little piece of advice to Nancy and all these Democrats, don't go on comedy shows, they're traps. They're traps. They get you to say things there because you feel you're being funny. Leave it to the professionals and don't go on comedy shows. Come on our show.
Well, no, do go on. You have every right to say what's in your refrigerator. The man asked you, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just because other people are going to turn it around and try to make you look bad doesn't stop the fact that you can't stop living because you're working with morons. But Megan, you tweeted last night that this ad was a savage blow.
Yeah, I thought this ad was a kill shot. And I think that it's not the ice cream that's in her fridge. It's the fact that she's standing behind giant refrigerators, multiple ones that cost $24,000 each. And look, you're right, Joy. Politicians are wealthy. Trump is wealthy. But I think in this specific moment, optics are narratives, and I don't make the rules of politics. This is just how it works. And when it looks like, and what she's saying in the video, and I also agree with Joy that if I were advising any politician at this point, I would also say tread very carefully with a comedy show. This is not the time or the moment to be doing something like this. I also agree. It's just there are too many minefields that you can step into in a situation like this. And this is an effective attack ad. And she's talking about the $250 billion that she is holding up for small businesses. Mm-hmm. Now, again, I understand Democrats and Republicans are going to view this from different lenses, but seeing a $24,000 refrigerator and joking about holding up money for small businesses at the same time they're showing videos of people saying that they're starving and showing pictures of their fridges, which are empty. It is very effective. And I trust me when I say this will play very well in the middle of the country. And at the same time, you have AOC last night tweeting and then deleting a tweet where she's talking about how she loves to see declining oil prices because, again, people are not buying gas because they're not going to work because they're out of work and we can't work right now. And there's a bunch of people in the oil industry that are now going to be jobless. And she's making jokes about it right now. And she's a very smart woman. She has an economics degree from Boston College. She understands if oil prices are lower, it is not going to make the American public more inclined to support the Green New Deal. It's going to make people want to buy cheaper oil prices. So I don't really understand what this narrative is, but Democrats need to be very, very careful. And I said this yesterday on how they are treating and talking about people who are jobless and unemployed and going hungry in this country right now. And you have the two arguably most famous Democratic women in the country, I think, botching a major, major conversation right now.
Sonny, you think the Democrats are should be holding out because of the way the stimulus funds have been mismanaged?
Well, certainly, I think that the stimulus funds have been mismanaged. I don't think anyone should be holding out. I think everyone should get to work and make sure that these small businesses have the money that they need. But back to the James Corden interview that was like a week ago with Nancy Pelosi. I mean, you know, that's just manufactured, I think, Fox News outrage and Republican outrage. You know, they're talking about, but her freezer, but her freezer. I'm really worried about the bodies that I saw being put into freezers in New York. That's what I'm worried about. I'm really worried about the fact that there's no testing being done. That the fact that the vice president is saying that we are testing 150,000 people a day and that's enough. Well, that's not enough because it would take 6 years to test everyone. So that's really, you know, what I'm worried about. Blaming some Democratic message for Trump's incompetence and for Trump's negligence in managing this crisis is absolutely ludicrous. This is not a Democratic problem. This is not a Republican problem. This is the coronavirus. And this is about the Trump administration's failure to address it properly. Failure to address it properly, leading to over 40,000 lost American lives. Let's not miss the point, people.
But I think, you know, you and Joy
Well, I
just
also
said
think
this
it's important that people have to.
Outrage. But I'm not someone who's susceptible to fear-mongering at all. And I used to work at Fox News, so I think the idea that I'm like fear-mongering in this way, I'm not. I think the optics were bad. I think it is a attack ad that was fed to the Trump administration, and they're going to use it. But this isn't manufactured outrage. I, too, am scared and worried about the body bags and refrigerators in New York City. Of course I am. It's my place I live for the past, 17 years.
Yeah.